This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for September 19, 2023, Beachy Stout resumed business as usual after wife's murder, court told. The first witness in the murder trial of Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald testified in the Home Circuit Court on Monday that his boss quickly returned to his usual business a day after his wife Tonya MacDonald was killed. Businessman Everton MacDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes are being tried for the July 20, 2020 murder of Tonya MacDonald. Her partially burnt body was found slumped beside her raised car along the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland with her throat slashed. The jury hearing the matter comprises 6 men and 1 woman. The male witness, who said he had been like a son to Everton, also claimed that shortly after Tonya's murder, her husband started saying that his wife had been unfaithful and that she was responsible for more than $30 million going missing from a wholesale business he operated. The witness said that the day after the killing, the wholesale was opened for business as if nothing had happened the day before. We opened the shop the next day after she died. He came there, but just went upstairs. He was cursing and said he didn't know where she found a man and go kill her herself, the witness told the court. He said that MacDonald, who appeared normal, called 2 women into his office to check the books while blaming Tonya for making him lose more than $30 million. The witness said that after that was said, MacDonald ordered him to remove a vehicle belonging to Tonya from his property. He told me to take our car and carry it to our mother's house and get rid of it out of the yard. I knew he was referring to that car because I used to drive it, and it was the only car he could be talking about, the witness testified. He said that he asked MacDonald if he could move the motor vehicle the following day because it was raining. However, MacDonald shouted at him, pressing him to follow the instruction. According to the witness, MacDonald had been encouraging Tonya to play a more active role in his business. The witness claimed that after she received that encouragement, she started playing more of a boss role. Mr. Mac told her to come to the shop and make herself useful. He said she's not supposed to just stay up at the house. The name she used to call me was Mandela. After the boss spoke to her, she started showing interest in the cashiers. She accepted me as Mr. Mac's right hand, the witness said. He recalled the day he learned of the murder. According to the witness, MacDonald received back-to-back phone calls alerting him to Tonya's demise. We were in the wholesale and somebody called Mr. MacDonald on the phone, and him burst out. Him say, "How nobody not tell me say my wife car burn up? Me have to hear from foreign." I was in the shop when I heard him saying again, "Really? How she reach this so?" Me tell her about them man where she a keeping up. I heard him ask the person on the phone if them sure if it's Tonya's car. He said he wanted one of us workers to drive him up to the scene. He kept saying, "They killed my wife," and he held his head down like he was going to cry, the witness said, adding that he accompanied MacDonald to the scene. "I saw her on the ground. Mr. Mac said, 'It is Tonya, them kill my wife.'" MacDonald is being represented by attorneys Christopher Townsend, Earl Hamilton, Courtney Rowe, and John Jacobs. Co-accused Barnes, whose bail was revoked on Monday, is represented by attorney Ernest Davis. Ex-FBI agent testifies in 2013 drug-running money laundering case. The long-running trial of 4 businessmen who were arrested in 2013 for allegedly being involved in a drug smuggling and money laundering scheme between Jamaica and the United States will continue on September 29. This follows a prosecution testimony from a now-retired Federal Bureau of Investigation agent last Friday. Montego Bay residents Robert Dunbar, Delroy Gale, and Louis Smith, and the United States citizen Melford Daly got the new court date and had their bails extended following the completion of the witnesses' evidence-in-chief, which had started the day before, and a cross-examination by defense attorneys Oz West Senior Smith and Hugh Wildman. During Friday's sitting before presiding trial judge Sandrina Wong Small, the witness told the court that certain documents which had been seized and placed into evidence as part of the case against the 4 defendants had a number of names on them, including that of Louise Smith. But during cross-examination, attorney Senior Smith questioned how the witness had handled the documents at the time of their seizure. When you first looked at these documents that you seized, were these documents in any particular order? Senior Smith asked. Yes, the witness replied. You'll agree with me that from what you observed of them being in order, that allows for some level of coherence, Senior Smith queried. Each document stands on its own, but some tie into each other, the witness answered, adding that his training as an FBI agent allowed him to maintain proper custody of the documents. Meanwhile, Wildman questioned whether a number of ledgers which were seized in the United States were based on testimony from convicted drug trafficker Dean Drummond, who previously testified against the defendants via video link in 2019. Were the ledgers your compilation? Were the ledgers put together by yourself? Wildman asked the witness. No, they were seized from Mr. Drummond. If you're suggesting that I manufactured them, no, I did not. I intercepted conversations authorized by the court in the United States of drug traffickers here in Jamaica. In other words, Mr. Drummond was contacting Jamaica, the witness countered. When the case resumes on September 29, it is expected that additional evidence will be taken from an investigating officer who had previously given evidence in chief. The allegations in the case are that Gail, Dunbar, Smith, and Daly were involved in drug trafficking between Jamaica and the United States between 1999 and 2005. The men were arrested during a major police operation carried out by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency in 2013. The quartet's trial had previously started in September 2019 before Judge Wong Small, the parish judge for St. James at the time. At that time, Attorney Wildman made an application for the matter to be thrown out because the defendants were arrested and charged in 2013 under the Money Laundering Act, which was repealed in 2007 and replaced with the Proceeds of Crime Act. The Supreme Court granted a stay of the trial on September 19, 2019, which came into effect later that month after Drummond, a key prosecution witness, currently serving a 27-year prison sentence in the United States for drug smuggling, gave evidence against the four defendants. During that testimony, Drummond told the St. James Parish Court that he had worked in a cocaine trafficking operation with Dunbar and Gale. In February 2020, the Supreme Court's presiding High Court Justice Simone Wolf-Rees rejected an application made on Smith's behalf by Wildman in which the defendant sought a declaration from the court that the initiating of criminal proceedings against him was null, void, and of no effect. That decision paved the way for the resumption of the trial proceedings in the St. James Parish Court. On October 26, 2020, the men had their trial set to run from February 22 to March 5, 2021. However, the trial did not resume at that time, with their next court appearance taking place on March 24 this year. The trial resumed most recently on Monday, September 11. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.